We popping, we sizzling. 1 whole jar of Morton's table salt. This isn't pink salt, black salt, rock salt, sea salt. This is regular old table salt. Woo, this bird's still hot, Jack. I can already see the juices flowing. That's the best one I ever cooked right there, Jack.
We got a little hometown Thanksgiving here.
All right, everybody, this is a special episode of The Local Taste. This is the Thanksgiving edition, and today we're going to be teaching you a little bit about frying a turkey, how to do it safely, how to do it properly, how to season a turkey, how to fry the turkey, how to cut the turkey, and how to serve the turkey. Pro tip number 1, don't put too much oil in the pot. This is 3 gallons of oil going in a 5-gallon pot. You do not want to put too much oil in here. You will burn your house down. And people that don't know, oil expands. As it gets hotter, it expands. Perfect. All right, now, let's cut it on. We'll fire this baby up, Jack. Put your thermometer in. We do not want it heating up too fast. You heat your oil up slow. Heat your grease up, heat your oil up slow. Don't heat it up too fast on a real high heat. So this flame right now is not a big flame. It's a short, small flame. What we're going for here is to get the temperature up to around 260 to 265, because what we're going to be doing is frying this turkey at 250 degrees at 5 minutes a pound. This is going to give you a good golden turkey. It's not going to be overcooked and dry. This is going to be a good moist turkey. So between 250 and 260 at 5 minutes a pound is the sweet spot. But when you're heating it up, get your grease up a little bit hotter, because when you drop your turkey in, it's going to drop the temperature down. So you got to get temperature up to around 260, 265. So the first thing you got to do is open your turkey up, and the number 1 thing to remember is keep the weight. The ticket, the barcode, the label has the weight on the turkey, so you're going to need to know the weight so you can know how long to fry the turkey, so make sure you keep this. A lot of people don't know, and I've seen it happen a bunch of times. Make sure you get the guts and the neck and the gizzards and the liver and all that extra stuff that comes with this. Make sure you get that out. You don't want to fry it while it's pregnant. This is a neck, ladies and gentlemen. What you can do with this neck is fry it and boil it and make stock or soup out of it. If you do feel like frying it, that's some of the best meat on the turkeys right there around that neck. All right, now we're going to make the turkey seasoning. First, let me check on my temperature. 300. See, that's too hot. All right, the first thing we're going to do is make this turkey seasoning. And I got to give a shout out to the man that taught me how to fry turkeys. His name is Danny Moody. I call him Uncle Danny. So the first thing you got to do, since we're frying this all in one night, I'm going to go ahead and pat this turkey as dry as I can get it. And when you drop it down in that hot grease, you do not want it to be wet. If I was going to marinate this thing in this seasoning for a couple of days, I wouldn't be too much worried about how dry it is. The proper way to marinate this turkey is going to be putting this seasoning on it and putting it in 1 or 2 or 3 grocery bags, putting it in a pan like this in your refrigerator for at least a day, at least 24 hours. You're better off doing it for 2 days. But the recipe for this seasoning goes like this. 1 whole jar of Morton's table salt. This isn't pink salt, black salt, rock salt, sea salt. This is regular old table salt. Regular old Morton's salt with the girl holding the umbrella. Whole jar. All right, after you've put 1 whole carton of salt, it's 2 ounces of everything else. 2 ounces black pepper, 2 ounces chili powder, 2 ounces red pepper, 2 ounces garlic powder, and 2 ounces accent. Most of these jars, like this one right here, this is 4.5 ounces, so we're gonna eyeball half of this. Just like that, baby. This right here, there's 3.1 ounces, just leave an ounce in the bottom. 2/3 of it. We're putting all this in a Ziploc bag, because we can shake it up and mix it up. And it's real good on chicken. So that's 2.5 ounces right there. So you just want to leave a little bit in the bottom of the chili powder. Just about put every bit up. I use this seasoning all year long, especially on chicken. So this is 1.8 ounces of ground cayenne pepper. Shoo! Put the whole thing, Jack. 2 ounces of black pepper. So what I'm gonna do is put 2 ounces of black pepper in this 2 ounce cayenne pepper jar. And that's gonna measure about that. 2 ounces of black pepper. Then we do the shake, baby. Mix it all up, shake it up good. This stuff right here lasts you a couple of years. You keep the Ziploc bag zipped up. I got some in my house right now. Shout out Danny Moody. Oil's still kind of hot. Letting the oil cool off a little bit. There is not a secret to seasoning this turkey other than get it in every crease and hole you can. And keep one hand dry for the seasonings. You can go back to the bag and use your other hand to do the twirling and the dancing with the turkey. And don't be shy with it. If you have a shaker, put it in a shaker and use that. We're doing it the old-fashioned way today, baby. Do that number right there. He's got his legs tucked in like his prissy. Unbound his legs like that. Get the seasoning all down in it. Turn him up and get it down in his cavity. And like I say, if you have time, make sure you marinate this thing in the refrigerator at least 24 hours before you're gonna fry it. If you got time, 2 days, but I would say 2 days max. Anything longer than 2 days, it might get kind of strong on you. Uh-oh, see there? This right here got away from me. See there, you do not want to fry that. That's how you make giblet gravy. I don't have a recipe for that yet. And that's how you season a turkey, just like that. After you season it, it's gonna be taking this bad boy here. What we do is put the feet down and put the neck up. Just like that. It ain't gotta be pretty, it ain't gotta be perfect. It ain't gotta be tied up, it ain't gotta be put no strings on it. None of that stuff. But the way you do it is put the feet down, put the dark meat down, the leg and the thigh, you want it to go in first. So what we're gonna do is get washed up and drop this bad boy in the grease. Here is pro tip number 1. All right, when you get ready to lower this bad boy into the grease, at a minimum, try to dab the liquid and the juice and all this stuff off the bottom. Because what's gonna happen is, when you drop it in that hot grease, it's gonna start popping and it's gonna start scaring you and making you nervous. But all it's really doing is popping that liquid. But if you can, get that liquid off of them. All right, now the grease is about 275 degrees, which is where we want to be lowering this bird down into the oil, okay? You don't want it to be 350 degrees. That's rule number 1. That's too hot. So what we're gonna do is drop this bad boy in the grease. Do it slowly and do it carefully and take your time. We popping, we sizzling. You got your temperature on about 275. The temperature is gonna drop a little bit because the bird is cold. But that's what we want. If your temperature gets below 250, give it some more heat and put the lid on. If it gets above 265 or 270, cut your heat down and take your lid off. So right now my temperature is down around 255 I'm gonna go ahead and cut the lid on and start my timer, all right? So how much time? This bird weighed 13.5 pounds, right? So 13.5 pounds. I ain't that good, Bubba. I used to be.
That's fine. 5 minutes.
13.5 pounds times 5 minutes a pound.
67.5.
67.5, right? So that's 1 hour and 7 minutes from right now. It's 4:50. So at 5:57, we'll be taking this bird out to grease. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the money shot. Let's bring out the bird. Do it slow. Try to let that grease drain out if you can. Don't do it too fast, take your time. See all that grease draining out? If you're frying another one, leave the grease on. If you're done frying, cut your grease off. Lay it down. And if you got heat-proof gloves, put your gloves on and pull this bad boy out the middle. Where I'm from, the first thing we do is take all the extremities off. So there's the wing.
That's good.
Woo, this bird's still hot, Jack. I can already see the juices flowing. Take the legs off. Separate them right there. They're falling apart, Mr. Reed. What I do is cut the breasts out. That bad boy's smoking, baby.
Joey, you ain't supposed to eat a whole turkey while you're cutting it up.
That's the best one I ever cooked right there, Jack.
We want to thank y'all for watching. We got a little hometown Thanksgiving here. JB cooked us a turkey, which y'all saw all that. We got boss man Luke Pittman over here. He runs the show behind the scenes, points a finger and tells everybody what to do. Then you got, I guess, cover 4 represented right here. Little 2 guys represented. Little local taste with JB and Landry, and then I guess me. Whatever.
A conversation.
Sure. A little bit of politics, but no, we want to thank all our viewers for watching, for supporting us. If you'd like to advertise, let us know, or if you just like to support the channel, let us know. Hopefully, we have a little something special coming for Christmas also, and yeah.
Thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, thank y'all. Thank you for all our sponsors.
Yep. Well, thank the sponsors for sure for letting us, allowing us to do this and getting the name out there for the local community to support small businesses and locally owned business. But we're gonna go ahead and dig in. But a couple of them already started eating. So thank y'all.